if you guys want to do this mod yourself, here are the part numbers. Okay, we got a left and a right. I ordered these ones off of FCP Euro. I think it was about 50 bucks shipped, so it's a fairly cheap mod to keep the brake temps down. Okay, here are some of the tools you're going to need for this job. We're going to need some zip ties to help hold the brake duct on there. We're going to need to actually take a notch out of part of the brake duct, so I got these tin snips here. And then I use this heat gun to help heat up I guess you can call it the brake duct that's on the backing plate for the brakes, to kind of line it up with where the new brake duct is going to go, which is going to be right here on this control arm there. Alright, our first step is going to be popping the brake duct onto the control arm. Get some light in here. There's these clips here, okay? Basically, I just kind of, you're going to have to pull the brake duct and kind of just force it in there, then just force these clips behind the control arm, and it'll sit there pretty good. You can see that right there, right? So it matches up fairly well there. We'll come in here, it'll get redirected and towards the brake ducts. Now, as you can see, the wheel is straight here, but the stock brake duct kind of doesn't really line up that well with the new one that we have on here, right? So that's where the heat gun comes in. I'm going to heat this part up to slowly bend it to kind of get a little closer to here, so we get some nice airflow going over the brakes. Okay, next we're going to put in some zip ties. So there are already some holes right here on the piece, so I'm going to use those, and then I will show you where I put the other ones. I don't want to put it too tight, but we'll get it pretty snug for right now. And then I'm also going to add another one right here to go around the control arm to keep it from moving in this direction. Right now, as you can see, it's definitely not going to come off, but it can definitely rotate, right? So you can imagine with the airflow coming in and pushing against this, it's going to want to rotate this way. So what I did was I drilled 2 holes, one right there, one right there, and then I drilled 2 more holes in the, let's see if I can see this here, in the plastic under cover of the MR2, and we're going to use these holes with the 2 holes we drilled and put zip ties through them to stop the brake duct from rotating when wind ends up putting force on it. So I'll show you what that looks like here. Alright, there's that top one. Now let me see if I can get the bottom one. Let me show the back side here. I'm just securing them to the plastic undercover here, like so. Okay, now you can see it's pretty good. It's not going to move this way or that way. And I'm going to pull it as tight as I can over here, maybe not too tight to rotate too much down over here. This guy will make nice and tight, as well as this one. And we should be able to come down on this guy. And we're all set. Alright, so we got the brake duct installed. Going to just make sure everything's nice and snug here. Doesn't need to be crazy tight. And now we can snip off the excess of the zip ties. And voila, the brake duct's in there, and it is not going anywhere. Even with all that wind force that's going to be on it, it's still going to stay pretty snug, not rotate. So we're good. Now, as you can see, it's time to fix the stock brake duct. Alright, let's see here. As you can see, definitely looks a lot better. It's closer, but you can see now when the wheel turns, it's gonna clip that bottom edge right there. So I'm gonna take a notch out of that, and then the wheels can turn and it shouldn't have an issue. And that should do it. See that little notch right there? Now this duct will clear that duct and we should be good. So it's a very simple install. It's fairly cheap, and when I go to the track, I'm going to see what kind of brake temps I get, because usually I get in the high 300s in the front after about 20 minutes of track time. So we'll see if we can get anything cooler than that with these, see if these actually do anything. I got to think they got to do something, right? So, but yep, until next time, talk to you guys later.